After being called out over starving crews, Pete Hegseth scrambles to repair the damage with a glossy, made-for-camera Navy PR push. Suddenly, after viral photos of near-empty trays, the Pentagon showcases heaping plates of fresh meals on the USS Lincoln and USS Tripoli. As Iran mocks American logistics, the Pentagon moves at lightning speed, not to fix the food problem, but to fix the narrative about it. Amid swirling rumors at sea, the US Navy is pushing back hard against claims that sailors on deployed warships are going hungry. New images released by the Navy show what it calls fresh meals being served aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln and the USS Tripoli. Those photos appeared just as reports spread online alleging that crews were being given inadequate food during extended operations near Iran. Officials have rejected those allegations outright, insisting meal services on both ships have remained uninterrupted. Admiral Daryl Caudle said, and I quote, "Recent reports alleging food shortages and poor quality aboard our deployed ships are false. Both USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Tripoli have sufficient food on board to serve their crews with healthy options. The health and well-being of our sailors and Marines are my top priority, and every crew member continues to receive fully portioned, nutritionally balanced meals," unquote. At the Pentagon, Secretary Pete Hegseth has dismissed the stories as fake news, accusing critics of misrepresenting conditions at sea. The Navy says sailors and Marines continue to receive regularly prepared meals without any shortages. Photographs of full plates and stacked food supplies are meant to reinforce the message that life on board remains normal despite the crisis. Commanders add that operational readiness is not just about weapons and fuel, but also about maintaining stable living conditions for the crews enforcing the blockade. The debate began after images surfaced of poorly portioned meals being served to personnel aboard US warships, with trays appearing to contain only small or unappetizing rations. These visuals quickly gained traction online and were widely shared by critics, including Iranian state-linked and embassy social media accounts amplifying the images, mocking the US military and portraying the situation as a sign of logistical strain. In response, the Office of the Chief of US Naval Operations moved swiftly to dismiss the claims, insisting that the portrayals are misleading and not representative of the full picture. The US Navy emphasized that reports of food shortages are false, and maintained that both affected ships have ample supplies and functioning galley operations on board. The statement highlighted that sailors are receiving fully portioned, nutritionally balanced meals, even as the force remains under pressure from extended deployments. The USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Tripoli are currently operating in the Middle East as part of the broader campaign against Iran, adding to the scrutiny of their conditions. Iranian officials and social media accounts seized on the controversy, circulating the images and contrasting them with their own messaging on self-sufficiency and discipline. Iran's UK-linked embassy account suggested that reduced food portions might be intended to limit toilet usage, referencing earlier reports of sanitation problems aboard US carriers. That jab appeared to reference earlier alleged sewage and plumbing issues on the USS Gerald R. Ford, where long queues for restroom access were reported during a protracted deployment. The Ford, carrying around 5,000 personnel, was said to have experienced repeated sewage system breakdowns, affecting daily routines and crew comfort. Despite these reports and growing public discussion about the strains aboard US vessels, the US Defense Secretary has not backed down from the official war narrative, continuing to present the campaign as under control.
We are reloading with more power than ever before, and better intelligence, even more importantly, better intelligence than ever before, as you expose yourself with your movement to our watchful eye. We are locked and loaded on your critical dual-use infrastructure, on your remaining power generation, and on your energy industry. We'd rather not have to do it, but we're ready to go at the command of our president and at the push of a button.
Amid ongoing Middle East deployments, concerns have emerged over food conditions aboard US Navy vessels operating in the region. The tray was described as including boiled vegetables, a dry meat patty, and a grey processed meat slab, according to reports. Similar complaints have also emerged from sailors aboard the USS Tripoli, citing limited food supplies during deployment. Service members told families that food was being rationed and fresh produce was not available on board ships. Sailors messaged relatives saying crew members ate when possible and shared available food equally on board. Mariners also warned that onboard supplies were running low and no port visits were expected in the near term. Families responded by preparing care packages containing food, hygiene products, and basic comfort items for troops. The boxes included snacks, vitamins, socks, toothpaste, and sweets intended to support deployed service members. However, many shipments were delayed after mail delivery was suspended across multiple overseas military zip codes. The U.S. Postal Service had suspended deliveries to 27 military zip codes amid ongoing conflict, according to reports. Officials said the suspension was caused by airspace closures and logistical disruptions in active conflict zones. Mail already in transit was held securely in storage facilities, awaiting further delivery authorization. Authorities stated there was no fixed timeline for resuming postal services to deployed military personnel.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.